Hello everyone and welcome to Daedra and Deathclaws. We're so happy to have you here. If you are just joining us for the first time, the basic idea is that we play Skyrim and Pathfinder at the same time. We use one to help the other. Watch a few minutes and it'll make sense. Our party has just, they've met with the Greybeards, they've learned a little bit about their destiny. They made their way to Winterhold to investigate the location of Osmond's son, or the potential location. They were encountering some pretty blatant racism and bigotry. They didn't really like it there, so they left and are sleeping in their cart just a little bit out of town to make it a little bit less convenient for racists to harass them. So we pick up the morning after. Everyone is just sort of huddled in the cart with all of the hay and furs and swords and axes and armor that you have collected. A bright new dawn greets you. What say you?
It's cold.
I press vegetation, just like I go from one bit of your clothes to the next bit of your clothes to the next bit of your clothes.
This one appreciates it, but once you move from one spot to the other...
You're going to need to acclimatize.
I have like a Fu Manchu of icicles coming down my face.
You know, I intended to get a haircut while we were here.
I'm sure. Well, I have a dagger.
A proper haircut by a barber, not a
And
butcher.
I'm sure that we could. I'm sure that I could find scissors. I mean,
It's hair.
it's hair, and we come from a small. I come from a small community, so like we've all taken turns at it.
I'm suspicious, but
Don't be
intrigued.
suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
It makes me feel suspicious when they start to sing.
I know, it's a little weird.
So, where to next? Are we going to hit up another town?
You wanted to go north.
No, you wanted to go north.
Because eventually we have to get to here.
I know.
Do we want to go up to Winterhold and then back down and then go to Dawnstar, or should we go to Dawnstar?
Well, we need to take time, and like a decent chunk of time to get better at being us.
You may be
And we have to practice.
You may be interested in the college up there. The college in
Winterhold?
Winterhold is full of all the nonsense and witches you can shake a stick at.
I just spontaneously know how to do what
As
I
they're having
do.
this conversation, just Lad is like, they're mid-conversation, just Lad's like walking to the horse and getting it ready.
I don't study it.
They may assist you with some experimentation. I'll have some magical supplies we may find useful with all this gold we seem to be hauling around.
Oi!
We don't have any gold. We have stuff.
We have, and I like pull out a handful of coins. Like, we have money.
Oi! The cart is already hooked up and ready to go. We're going to Winterhold!
We're all in the
Apparently,
cart.
the decision is already made.
So you're all just sort of like lazing, like in your semi-warm bed. That feeling of like, I know it's really cold out and I don't want to take these covers off. And you are suddenly like jerked to the side as the cart lurches forward and takes off. In what direction?
That one.
That one?
We're gonna go la 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 because we heard wolves and they're nearby.
There are no wolves to be spoken of.
This one will be honest. Where there's magic, this one is going. A place where I can get new spells, new work, new everything. We're going!
Witches, nonsense, sticks. You heard the bit.
Yeah, but you
Good morrow!
do that too, don't you?
In a limited capacity.
Well, I'm the only one that doesn't do witches and nonsense then.
Right?
Ooh,
So,
that
like,
mist
It
is
may
gonna be
do us
cold.
well to look out for animals along the way with your bow.
Oh, for dinner? I think we
Don't
should
you
do her
mean my ray of
eyes.
frost?
Yes, but I want to use something a little bigger than a rabbit to make cloaks out of. Where we're going is colder than it is even here.
I just reach and grab another blanket and throw it over.
There's a chicken.
I don't think that'll help.
With your cart screeching along the road, clittering and clattering, nothing doesn't hear you coming. Everything gets out of the way, and there is little concern for being anywhere in the vicinity of animals.
I mean, we're not going speedy
No, this one
because it
learned
broke the axle.
This one learned his lesson.
Did you though?
No.
Well, even at your moderate clip, this cobblestone haphazard road makes a lot of noise with your wooden cart.
Yes, it would.
And I like, can we stop? Because those,
Good morrow.
Hail!
You speak to a vigilant of Stendar. Cavort with any Daedra and we will hunt you down.
Oh god, more religious repression.
You know, I used to be part of these people.
That explains
So
so
much.
much.
Osmond, I don't know if you remember me in a long time. It's I joined the Dawn Guard not long after I was with you folks.
She kind of looks you up and down and says, must have been before my time.
Ostensibly. Is there a way station anywhere around here?
A way station?
You know, where you gather. There's towers, safe houses, things like that.
We're not so much a landowning organization as maybe in your day. We are more
Nomadic?
travelers, seekers of the truth, protectors of the realm,
I have got
what have you.
Anything we should be aware of along the road, since we're coming from that way?
She cracks her knuckles. Not anymore.
Vampires? Daedra?
None that we've heard of. We took down a couple summoners, cavorting with attempting to summon the likes of them, but their attempts were temporary, limited.
Very well. Did you have a question?
Daedra. Gods, yes?
That depends on your persuasion, but there are
Well, mine's plus the.
there are how some call Daedric princes, which are
Holy to some, but not to y'all.
self-proposed gods, shall we say. And there are lesser Daedra creatures, demons, elementals, that serve these Daedric princes.
I described the fire thing that we fought with summoners.
That's exactly one of them, a lesser Daedra, commonly attempted to be summoned by these conjuring sorts.
Then it might interest you to know that there was a camp that we destroyed back over there. They're gone, all dead and salted. Just knowing where these guys might be, or where they have been, rather, might be beneficial to your cause. Because they did not seem like friendly people.
That is most good news. And you see she has no weapons equipped. She's got a mace on her back, but she raises her left arm forward in sort of in what would appear to be a shield stance, and sort of like looks at you expectantly.
I cast shield.
So the wong of the blue energy appears before it fades to almost invisibility, and she sort of clanks her forearm against yours in like a fist bump type greeting, but it's like a whole forearm shield bash gesture. It's like, good news indeed. You seem like you can handle yourselves. Would you ever consider becoming vigilants, or re-becoming vigilants of Stendar?
It had not occurred to me. When I left the Dawn Guard, it was almost 10 years ago, and from what I've understood, they've disbanded in the following years. I'm not opposed to it. Certainly, I wouldn't haul my other companions along.
How's the coin?
It's less about the coin and more about the good we do.
I'm not opposed to, like...
We already do the good. So.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to dealing with any creature that poses harm to people.
The vigilance, they don't so much pay as they provide. in my day, and perhaps you can correct me on the current operating procedure, they had way stations. They were these places you could go and rest and get food, a hot meal, repair your equipment, get new equipment if you needed it. It was entirely, supported by donations and the like. They were ostensibly supplied by the devout of Stendar.
If you were to become a vigilant of Stendar, we haven't those the way stations exactly the way you described them, but those who bear our sigil are often met with kindness and support in all the major cities, even the smaller towns.
Even for someone like us in the more north, where everybody's apparently racist?
She offers a bit of a knowing smirk, and she says there are some callings that transcend such short-sightedness.
Might be something to keep in mind then.
If you're interested, the Hall of the Vigilant, our headquarters, is not far from here. It's south of Dawnstar, in the Pale.
We'll keep
We are going in that direction.
We will definitely keep that in mind.
We could always use more shields against the Dark Knight.
Okay.
Do the thing bow.
The shield bump.
Yeah.
She shield bumps you back.
Yeah.
Safe travels, and keep the foul things at bay as best you can.
Will do.
When we start going away, It's okay, Parthenax. You're okay. Just snuggle in closer. Snuggle in closer.
Well,
He lizard purrs.
I do believe this is where we go north.
I don't know. I can't read those darn signs.
Winterhold.
Up is Winterhold.
All
That's
right.
where we were planning on going. This one would love to go see the college.
And then we go west to Dawnstar.
We'll have to come back down.
Dawnstar.
We'll have to come
OnStar?
back down through this road unless we are going to just rough it along the coast.
I don't know that you all would survive a trip along the coast.
Why is that?
It's cold.
It is an icy glacier. You
Oh.
think this is cold here?
And as you are climbing in altitude, it is getting colder and colder, even colder than it was this morning. And you approach what appears to be a fairly fortified fort.
Oh, we're being shot at.
And arrows are being shot at your cart as you make your way up the path, and you are accosted by summoners.
I was going to
Damned
say
witches!
that on the road, while we're not talking with people, I am trying my best to meditate inwardly, especially in the cold.
Just trying to think warm thoughts.
Less that and more like trying to connect with my magic on a deeper level.
I'll set up the map real quick, and then we can decide what looks the best. I think probably the smallest one.
We are here.
You are here.
That's us. So you can have us on the road because that's where the cart is.
You may want to get an armored car.
This one has plans for that.
I want a ship, a longboat.
There's one up there, another one there.
6+.
Did I miss any?
I think there might be a third one somewhere around here. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure there's a third one. Just
There were two
imagine something.
summoners and a skeleton.
right there.
There's the skeleton.
Oh no, there's your skeleton.
Ah.
He's white on snow.
Alright. Thank you all for your patience. And now you can roll initiative.
This one got a 13.
Me too.
You go before me, probably.
This one got a 22.
Nice.
14.
I'm surprised that I got that good of a roll when I was
What is
meditating.
it that we test?
Who has the higher wisdom?
Oh, hey John, I had an extra one for Lydia.
Right.
Who has extra? Who has what? Sorry, wisdom.
Wisdom? Perception, yes?
But I think it
Perception.
goes between
When they have a
decks.
tie.
What is your perception score?
It's not me, it's between the two of them.
Seven.
you would be up front.
Okay, so I am.
Rosalia before Gislav.
Yeah,
Okay.
not in the alphabet, but in the fighting.
Okay. So, just roll these real quick.
No problem. So anyway, as I was saying, with pornographic things.
I'm just like. I'm just holding Parthenax and like. Trying to just like meditate.
So we say.
Connecting with
do better do,
Parthenax.
shoo-ba-dee-ba-doo-ba,
John.
skibidi-boo.
Yes, you
just
just
catch an
close
arrow
this
out
onto
of-
that rock there. Beautiful. So you're riding your cart along. You see this impressive fortified location here, and as you're riding along, arrows loose over your heads, thup, thup, and just sort of like sail past and into the stone beside you. You realize that you're under attack just as you're rounding the corner there, and you see two black-robed figures with blue magic glowing about their hands, and a skeleton there, ambushing your cart as it makes its way past.
Oi!
Iridian has the first turn.
Oh crap! Oh no.
Oh no, no,
Oh
no,
no. I didn't actually specify that I cast mage armor, although I left the one tick on it because I had planned on it, but I didn't say it, so we're just gonna not have mage armor. What's just mage armor here? The only one. Okay. Not that important right now. Acid arrow! I'm gonna cast it. Can I see either of these two baddies way the hell away?
Well, given that the arrows came from that direction and they're not hiding, yes. Number 4 is about 120 feet away from you. I think too far. Number 2 appears to be on fire.
120 is the edge of my...
I'm gonna call that just past 120. Just looking at the scale at the bottom is 60 feet.
Alright, then I am going to go... I'm gonna shoot at number 2.
And why did you say that number 2's on fire?
Because they're made out of fire.
Oh.
Oh
Okay.
crap. We should probably kill the summoners, not the...
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I am going to use my movement to actually hop out of the cart.
Okay, first action.
My full 25, I think, is what
Yeah.
I have. 25.
Roughly there.
So, like, however far it is, and then I will cast Acid Arrow at number 4.
Alright,
Because I should be within range now.
go ahead and roll it.
Okay, hold on. I just want to have...
Well, as you approach, you note that number 4 is actually a skeletal archer.
Can I...
Fire, skeleton.
Fire, skeleton, can I have... It's my turn. Me play. Can I see either of the two robed individuals?
Yes, 1 and 3.
And they're still within the 120?
Yes.
So many confusions! They're both summoned things on the roof. Achoo. Off to number 1, I'll say.
That's the greatest casting we've ever asked here. And just like.
Alright, number 1 is going to have light cover for the angle and the person in front of them.
Yep.
It's the angle of the dangle.
Shut up. I love you so much. So that is going to be a 25 to hit.
25 will hit.
Wonderful. That is going to be not a critical.
Not a critical.
So that is a lot of damage.
French.
That is 20 points of acid damage with... Wait, do I give you my persistent now, or is that rolled?
I think it starts now and it goes every after, which I'll give to you.
So 24 total.
24. Damn. Yeah,
That's
so
literally all I got.
you sort of hop off the cart, run away, you glance up at the skeletal archer and realize that it's not really the biggest threat at the moment. And you just sort of wheel about, summoning your acid arrow, you fire it off. Number 5, the skeleton, is just like keen enough that he sort of like dodges out of the way and it goes right into the other guy. Center of mass, melts like all this much robe away, plus whatever is dripping down is like bleaching the lower portions of his robes.
Oh, fun tie-dye.
And he's just like melting down to like muscle and bits of exposed bone. A devastating strike, center of mass.
Woo!
That's all 3 actions?
That, movement and acid arrow is 2, so yes.
Okay. So next up are the bad guys.
Oh, great.
I'm gonna go counterclockwise here. Number 4, skeletal archer, is going to let loose 3 arrows at...
So, do we have cover in the cart at all? Because I assume we haven't hopped out of the cart yet.
You know what? That is a good point.
I should have stayed in the cart.
Osmond is going to yell, "Stay in the damn cart!"
You have standard cover in the cart. That's +2 to AC, reflex, and stealth. For sneak attack purposes, you can hide behind standard cover. So, number 4, the skeletal archer, he's actually going to come across the bridge and sort of approach the situation here.
Situation.
But Iruian, being the closest and least in cover, is going to let loose 2 shots at her.
Yeah, go for it. Oh.
And the skeletons make those creepy.
16,
Doesn't hit.
23.
Hits.
Okay. 23. Deals 4 points of damage as it goes right through the top of your foot and pins it into the snow.
Ooh!
Continuing on, number 2, the living flame, the flame atronach from its position up there.
I start cursing color flame gel.
It is going to creep closer as well to about here, at which point it's within 60 feet of Lazalia, who is the closest to her, to the flame elemental, flame atronach. And it's just going to like sort of twirl and twist its arms longer and longer and whip 2 shots of flame at you for a 20 to hit and a lot to hit and a 30 to hit.
The 30 hits.
Is it double?
So just 2 standard hits?
I need
No,
more.
just 1 standard hit.
Okay, yes.
My AC is 23.
That makes sense.
And you get the +2 because of the being in the cart, right?
Yep.
So it's 25.
We don't want it to hit the cart. It's made of very flammable materials.
That's going to be 15
It's
points
arrow.
of fire damage.
No, it flew in flames.
Plus
Oh shit.
another 6 persistent that you're going to take at the start of each of your turns unless you...
Oh, so I don't have that 6 now. It's
You
6
do?
coming. Oh.
I roll again at that point, but
Oh.
you have persistent damage
Okay.
that's going to come back and bite you in the butt. Next are number 5 is the next skeleton. This one is just, it's hefting like a 2-handed battle axe, and it's just going to like, as if it had huge muscles, just like confidently stride off the rocks, sort of like almost superhero land on the ground, walk over and just like take a swing at the side of the cart towards Lazalia, or towards Gislad, who's sitting on the front, not in cover.
Not in front, because that's where the horse is. It used to be to the side.
Well, yeah. But he's just gonna like overhand strike, try to swing at you. That's not a lot. That is 13 to hit.
Nope.
And then he's going to like awkwardly and creakily wrench his axe from it and sort of bring it for a diagonal strike for a lot more. That is a 25 to hit.
Oh no.
Does 7 points of slashing damage as it sort of catches your thigh and the wooden bench at the same time and just kind of almost pins you down there. You're gonna have to hurt yourself more to get out of it. Number 1 and 3, the conjurers.
6 points of acid damage.
Nice. So the one just like is screaming in pain for his whole front half being melted away, and he's just like clutching at it and like reaching into his pocket and getting a healing potion and just trying to like pour it directly on the affected area to minimal effect.
I was gonna say, does that actually work?
The last actions of a frightened and dying man.
Okay.
But he's like, action 1, pull it out. Action 2, pour it all over his chest. Action 3, he's gonna run to like that corner there to hide behind it.
Chicken.
Number 3 is going to move from his position over behind that. What do you call those barricades, John?
It's not a palisade. It is a.
Bunch of sticks strapped together.
Yeah, there's a special term for it.
It's okay. We'll come back.
Yep.
Pokey sticks.
So he hides behind the pokey sticks,
Very, very. No.
and he's just going to sort of like put his fist into the air, and from it, 2 jets of light as he casts magic missile, and they sort of swirl around one another, spiraling through the air towards Gislad, hitting him in the chest and dealing 9 points of force damage. Thump, thump. That's it for bad guy's turn. Next up is Osmond.
Thank God.
Osmond is going to
Thank God.
hop up onto the bench. He's gonna like lift himself out of the cart and just look at the skeleton who's like down on the ground and just kick it in the face.
He's a dragon slaying
Boots.
Boots of dragon slay.
Boots of dragon and bone.
30
Jesus fuck.
On the skeleton,
on the skeleton.
what kind of action are you taking with this kick?
A melee strike.
Okay, so it's just like an unarmed attack. Is
Yeah, more or less.
no special effect.
No special effects.
Critical hit.
Critical hit.
No, it is a step. Thank you very much.
5, 8, 13 points of damage.
13.
Oh no,
Wow.
sorry, because I doubled my bonus.
You double everything, yeah.
Doubled my bonus.
Where do you get 13 points of damage from?
I stupidly rolled my dice twice,
Hmm.
and then I did the math of like, oh wait. So minus the magic, because that's 6.
Yeah, because that's
Times 6.
like not even.
6 times 2 plus 3. It's 15.
15 points of damage.
6 times 2 plus 3?
Yes.
All numbers get doubled.
All numbers
John.
get doubled.
Also, your fist should be 1d4. Is that what you're rolling?
Yeah.
How are you getting up to the teens?
What was on the die?
3.
And your
That's
strength?
6. Plus
9.
5.
Where's the 5 coming from?
My strength.
Okay, so you rolled a 3 plus 5 is 8.
Yeah, and then that doubled will be 16.
I was off 1.
Okay, 16 points of damage to the skeleton. That actually knocks his head clean off, and it rolls behind you, like teeth chattering like one of those old toys. But as a free action, he sort of shifts his shoulders to face you more directly. He ain't dead yet.
He ain't dead yet.
Doesn't need a head.
I'm gonna put foot here as a
And your third action.
is to pull out a health potion.
Okay.
In the direction of Gislad.
Okay. Just right in front of the kitty cat's face. Lasalia.
Help you.
I'm going to. Do those pokey sticks actually provide cover?
They provide whatever the least amount of cover is, that is lesser cover, +1 to AC.
Don't forget to hide first.
Yes, I'm hiding. I don't know that I would have gotten up.
No, but you do need to take an action to hide.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So I'm hiding.
So roll your stealth for me.
My step. That's a natural 19 plus.
That'll do.
Yes.
You got it. Congratulations.
You've never been seen.
Then I'm gonna peek up and I am going to.
I mean, like, my
should I
stealth.
shoot at number 2? No, I'm gonna go after 3, the summoner.
Hey, we both have the same.
You're the summoner. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to take out my bow and arrow and shoot. Swing bada bada. And that would be a 15 to hit.
Unfortunately, with your 15, you hide.
Oh,
and-
16.
Unfortunately, with your 16, you hide. You come up with a quick draw, you loose your arrow, and it slams into one of the pokey sticks.
Alright, I guess I can't hide again because then I won't have anything. I'm going to try again.
Okay.
I
In the
don't.
dice jail.
Unsatisfactory.
Unsatisfactory.
What is it with you and this campaign in particular? Because all of the other things that I've seen you play in, you've done decently.
It's because she
What
wants to
is
tell
this?
a story of someone who's struggling to find their way.
Somebody's struggling.
I'm struggling
I've
to,
now added
to make
the
my
boot
way.
of dragon slaying as an actual.
Nice.
So it
Just
does my
like-
math for me.
Can this one still have an eye on one, even if it's just a hair? Do I see a poor man cowering? Just,
I'm gonna say you're the only person in the party who can, just because you've got that little bit of an edge forward.
Wonderful. This one's gonna cast magic missile. So, do I have to denote all the missiles at the same time, or can I be like ping, ping? Oh, it's down. Ping to another one.
You know what? It is. Is it a cantrip for you?
No. It's first level spell, but I can go 1 action, 2 actions, 3 actions in the spell.
You know what? I will allow the 3 to have that moment between them,
Okay.
where like it could be on its way to him and redirect.
Okay. All right. So this one's first gonna send first missiles, which is gonna be 2 points of damage.
Yes.
Is he still standing? I guess. I just want to make sure it's just extra +1.
Yes.
It is.
Okay. Well, yeah. Another missile. That's 5 points of damage.
All right. With that, you hit him in the back. He falls forward, and you see sort of the poof of snow from his impact on the ground. You're pretty confident in that hit.
One last hit.
This one's not going to use the last action. He's just going to look at his allies and look at the potion. And Osmond, I'm just going to kind of give you a... Alright. I'm fine. This one's fine. We're all fine. Let's fucking kill something. And I'll use Inspire Courage.
All right.
And that is how I'm inspired. Just going, this is fine. This
Everything's
is fine.
fine.
Everything's fine.
We're all fine.
This is fine.
Very inspiring.
Everyone gets a +1 to hit and damage.
And-
Lydia is going to draw her sword, stand up, and sort of like mount the side of the cart kind of half over Lazalia and give an underhanded swing to the skeleton on her way past.
So this one's just bring her to first.
Yeah, so she is.
Scooter in, yeah.
She's going to be on the other side of number 5. However, unfortunately, she's going to miss. In trying not to strike Lazalia in the head, she hesitated just a moment too long
These two are the wrong way around.
and
Okay.
missed the skeleton.
Well, thank you, Lydia, for not decapitating me.
Oh, anytime.
Oz, where are you on the list?
Ruin is next.
I am
All of us.
going to come to the ass end of the cart over here.
Climbing into or just like taking cover against?
I'm just like
Hello.
Charlie's Angels up against it. I am going. Oh,
What is this Charlie's Angels you are speaking of?
so that was 1. I'm going to. Oh no! Oh no! No!
The whole time Parthenax is just he's screaming.
He's in my clothes. When I didn't give him a pet cat, he hid in my clothes. Stop it!
smell death!
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to just and cast another acid arrow, and this time it's going to be at 3.
Very good.
Oh god.
Hey.
That is 30.
Oh.
A 30 at 3 will be a critical hit.
31 actually, because of the +1 for me.
No, it does it automatically. It's 30.
Oh.
I'm normally at 12.
No. Nice. Look at you and all your special numbers and stuff.
Not the persistent damage. I double everything, just not the persistent.
Mm-hmm.
This one is not going to be as good
Oh.
at all as the first one. It is less than the first one. So that is 8 times 2 is going to be 16. +1 persistent.
Rough.
Yeah.
Alright.
Better than I did.
It is now the start of their turn. I rolled a save for the persistent. It fails. Give me persistent damage. Get wrapped.
Double the persistent of last 2.
Nice.
Nice.
So you fire your shot, and it was dead center of mass, gone clean through the heart, but it impacts on the pointy sticks on the way there, and just sort of
Goes through it.
scatters and splatters.
Sifts through it. Yeah.
So it's got burning, tingling sensations all over. But he
Does it damage the pointy sticks?
It does, and they start to melt, and it has several points of contact, so it's still kind of holding together, but it's losing structural integrity.
Oh, right.
The skeleton number 5 turns to Osmond, no head, just battle axe at the ready, turns, and then its bones suddenly and aggressively shoot in every direction.
Aggressive bones.
And the axe just sort of twirls over and spills to the ground.
Sorry. Skeleton number 5,
Yeah.
instantly Chanel number 5. I don't know why, but skeleton number 5 is now a perfume in my brain.
Just imagine the ad for that with a headless skeleton with a battle axe,
It's just every time that it goes is when it spritz.
Oh god.
its
So
head
it's
is the bottle.
Yeah.
Is this violent or is it just puff?
Not a not a Michael Bay Flames explosion, just every bone picked a different direction and was thrown roughly as hard as you could throw it.
So like a Bethesda mod glitch.
Yeah. Just like what skeletons do when you kill them.
So how did it get killed?
You don't know.
It committed suicide! You had so much blood.
Oh, so it doesn't do damage to me.
No damage. Number 3, hiding behind his Pokewall, is going to...
Cowering fear.
He's going to cast Grease on the cart.
No.
Oh my god! It smells like old cheese!
Yeah.
You're going to pay for the dry cleaning bill.
It's going to catch on fire.
Everyone in the cart must succeed at a reflex save or an acrobatics check.
Me behind it. Do I need...
No. I'm saying it's... it spills back. Actually, just Slad is free from it.
Oh, cool.
But it's the bed of the cart and spilling out the back.
Okay, so you said
22.
reflex?
Or
Reflex
acrobatics.
Or acrobatics.
Reflex?
Reflex it is.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. It's a 19 plus 7. 26.
No, sorry, 15.
15. Lazalia falls prone, which will make it easier to hide next turn.
This is called making lemons in the lemonade.
So that is that. And then he is feeling rather a bit unprotected here. So he is going to sort of make a run for it towards this palisade wall. He's going to make an acrobatics check to try and jump over it into proper cover. And he makes it. He does the nice side vault, one hand down, legs up over the fence, and you no longer see him. Next up, number 2 is the Flamey Boy. Is going to wind up another flame lash and whip out at Osmond, who's center of the cart, standing up, looking aggressive. 21 to hit.
So close.
So it just like lashes out. You hear the smack of the whip just above your head before it twirls it about again and lashes at you again. 17 to hit.
Yeah, that's not good then.
And it will try for a third time, increasing in rage. This time it is going to be 25 to hit.
Well, that's gonna hit.
So with that, it lashes onto you and sort of wraps around your body for just a hot second. You are covered in grease, so is the cart. The entire thing is set ablaze.
Son of a bitch.
Son of bitch, indeed.
My cart!
I was
Mamma mia.
I was gonna say my
So that is going to be
but no.
12 points of fire damage to you.
I was going to
And
my
I'm giving
next
everyone the
performance,
persistent fire damage, including the cart.
including those of us who succeeded.
You're in grease that is on fire.
So do I take the damage as well?
Oh, so we're still
Sitting on
covered in
the
grease.
You don't.
didn't
You
fall.
just don't feel as cold as you were before.
Ah!
4 points of fire damage to Eruian, Lazalia, Osmond, and the cart.
Parthenax is on me. 4 points of damage to Parthenax.
Yes.
Okay.
You may want to get Parth into the.
Yeah.
You know what? I will give him 2 points of damage as he's roughly shielded within your clothing.
He's fine.
Yeah. So you don't know if fire can grin, but you assume it is at this point. And then Skellington, number 4, is going to loose a few more arrows at Eruian, who has the least cover at this point in time. 20 to hit.
Meets.
Okay. Another 20 to hit.
Oh, is that? Did you get the bonus from being in the cart because of the?
She's
I'm not in the cart.
Sorry.
I'm behind
All right,
the
so
cart.
2 20s both hit. $12 points of piercing damage as the 2 arrows sink into you, sort of like mid-thigh and upper shoulder.
Okay.
The third arrow it shoots just thunks into the cart and catches on fire. Next
All of our stuff is gonna be burned.
is Osmond.
Osmond jumps off the cot, head first into the snow, leaving the healing potion. Like. And just dives head first. Stop, drop, and roll!
Okay, that clears your persistent damage. You are going to take it for this round, though,
Yeah.
because you started your turn with it. 2 points of fire damage. Well, actually,
Oh jeez.
yeah.
So, this is how I'm imagining this. So, like, one, dropping is a free action, yeah? Just letting
Yes.
go. Okay, letting go, free action. Jumping into the snow. Like, but I'm trying to make it nice, where it's like a tuck and roll, because I haven't drawn my sword yet.
Yep.
Tuck and roll into the snow, out, pull my sword out, and then start huffing it.
Okay. Yeah, you can get roughly to one of the palisade walls on, like, our side of it. Yeah.
Face me, you coward!
They don't come back with a ready retort in time.
No.
Lazalia.
Oh, that was all of your actions?
Yep.
Oh, I was waiting. Okay, so I am going to. If we're. I have some questions. If we're in the car that's on fire and we stand up, can we see number 3?
I'm gonna say you cannot see over the wall. You're gonna take your 6 points of persistent fire damage.
I'm going to take my 6 points of persistent fire damage now.
Yep.
Fire!
Okay, so I was thinking I was just gonna take the damage, but I think I'm gonna jump out and roll in the snow and put myself out.
Alright, that will be one action.
Alright. And then I'm going to shoot number 2. Because that's twice now he's hit me.
All right, shooting at the flamey boy.
Oh, I think I love this dice. That would be a 28.
28 hits.
By the way, John, she got out of the snow, so I don't know where she ended up.
Oh.
Oh yeah, so you're just like here in the snow.
So that would be 2 damage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Your arrow glances lightly off the side of their head.
Now, was getting out of the cart and rolling around, was that 1 or 2?
1.
Oh, okay, then I'll shoot again.
All right.
That wasn't that one.
Yeah. That is not going to
Buy
cut it.
new dice for Christmas.
No!
They have to be blessed by 3 different kinds of holy men
Yeah.
/ holy women.
That one you just like hold the arrow, pulled the string back, and the arrow wasn't on it. You just dry fired your bow and dropped the arrow.
Oof.
All right, thank
Super
you.
bad for the Bible.
Just lad.
Super bad for my ego.
Alright, Gislad is gonna sadly leave the cart. And my first action will be, so with my movement, how close can I get to Osmond?
You can get pretty much right behind him.
Okay. Well, I want to get right to the palisade if I can. And then,
Yeah, you can get there.
next action, get over the palisade.
Okay, yeah, give me athletics or acrobatics.
Acrobatics it is!
I mean, either way.
No.
Oh, I was.
That's gonna be 16.
16 makes it.
Cool! I get over to the other end.
It's not graceful. You try to do the same thing, but
Yeah.
you sort of catch your butt on the way down and then land on the ground.
Okay, so
You're on the other side, right next to number 3.
right next to number 3.
Yep.
I'm just gonna look him dead in the eye, and I am just gonna drop everything, or we fucking kill you. That's it. I'm just gonna use an action to intimidate.
Okay. Roll your intimidation.
And I love how I can use performance for this. And as my performance is, I am quoting an old story of "I'm going to fucking kill you."
That's a natural 19.
So that is 29.
Okay. That is pretty solid.
So technically, he's just fear 1, I believe.
Demoralize.
Frightened.
Yes.
He'd be frightened.
What was your total?
29.
29.
29 is almost a critical, but it's just going to be frightened one. So he's like, the confident face of a know-it-all mage quickly turns into a child that knows the slipper is coming.
I've seen some of those women just like
From like across the room.
across the room.
Terrifying.
All right. After Gislad is Lydia. From her current position, she's going to do the same thing. She's going to sprint towards the wall, take a second action to try and jump over it. Yeah, she's just going to very awkwardly make it over in her heavy armor. She just sort of like does the thing where you like you put your chest on the fence, one leg over and then the other leg, and then you kind of stand back up. And then she's going to just try to bring her sword down right on his head. It is going to hit.
Nice.
It's going to do some amount of damage and just sort of like dig into his shoulder a bit, and you think you might have heard a bone crack.
Nice.
Uh,
Lydia, go.
Following that is Argonian.
I have a question, GM.
Yes.
How much bulk of grease was placed upon our carriage?
Roughly 1.
I am going to... I am going to, like, dive bomb into the snowbank over here behind the cart, like all of my allies did.
Yep.
And while I'm doing it, I'm looking back at the cart that's there and just, like, prestidigitationing the rest of the grease away.
Okay. So you somehow, miraculously, incredulously, clear the grease from the burning cart. However, the hay and the furs are still burning.
Yes, it's just no longer as bad as it was.
It's no longer as bad. The sides are beginning to char, but they're not necessarily on fire as much.
How you did not inspire courage this round.
Nope.
How much did I take for persistent damage?
That's a good question.
Has other people's been taking?
Yes, 4 points of persistent fire damage.
All right. As I'm doing the wiggly fingers, I'm going, sorry, Parthenax. It's just gotta happen. I'm sorry for the squish. It's just shh.
He skitters out of your pocket and into the snow temporarily himself.
Yeah.
And then as you begin to make the motions of getting up, he skitters back and into a pocket.
Wonderful. So that is all 3.
All right. Bad guys. Number 3 from his current position next to Gislad and Lydia is currently frightened and not just I'm straight up not having a great time, dog. Yeah. So from his current position, he is going to cast invisibility. Oh, I'm mistaken.
To save the card.
Invisibility is not a spell they have. They only have C invisibility. So they are going to cast. They're going to step back. Right about there. And they're going to cast Flaming Sphere on Lydia.
Oh, gee.
So it starts on her, and she's just going to make her reflex save. Alright, she failed her save. She takes 8 points of fire damage. And once again, you are warned pleasantly by the fire magic.
By the fire of your allies?
Yes. Then we'll go to Flamey Boy up top, number 2. From their angle, the person they have the best shot on is Osmond, so Flaming Lashes coming at you.
Son of a bitch.
31 to hit.
Woo!
25.
Yep.
And 19.
No.
Oh, sorry, 26 and 20.
No, still no.
Okay.
So 2 hits, yes. 1 hit, no.
Okay. No critical?
No.
So...
No. Because you're 25.
It's 31, no.
That was a 31.
Yeah.
That was close.
Yeah.
There's going to be a total of 30 points of fire damage as 2 of the lashes catch you at once and just sort of wrap up your entire being before tearing through you back to its hands. So that's all of its actions. Number 4, the skeletal archer has a good shot on Lazalia, so it's going to make 3 shots from its current position. 20, 16, and 12.
Nope.
So you're rolling around in the snow and making angels and whatnot, and it's just sort of firing where you used to be, and just missing every time.
Actually, sitting in a pick at those arrows.
And that brings us back to Osmond.
So I'm gonna leap over the palisade,
Yep.
dodging the flaming sphere, and catch up to number 3.
Okay.
And I'm running at him point first.
So that's going to be 2 actions to get there. Your
Yep.
third will be your attack.
Do I need to roll an acrobatics check to get over that palisade, or
Yes, you do. Thank you.
can... Or athletics? Is athletics an option, or is that a
Yes,
hard acrobatic?
either.
Acrobatics would be
21.
Yeah, you make it.
And yeah, just run out and point first. Is he facing me or is he facing away from me? Is he running away from me?
No, he backed up and casted his
Gotcha.
spell.
19 plus 12.
31 is a critical hit.
Because it also has -1 to AC because of the frightened.
Yes, he does.
It's like +1 to all of you guys.
7 plus 8
But
is
not.
15. 30.
Yeah. So with that,
Here's my 30 points of damage.
you run point first, and you put it through his back with such force, you swear your hand ends up halfway through him, and you can see the hilt on the other side.
And also, I didn't bother rolling the cold damage because, like, I'm pretty sure that.
And then you freeze your hand in there.
But I want to do that, like,
Yeah, you just like in Vikings when Rollo gets the spear and just like hefts the guy up. You know, he's a scrawny witch. You know,
Yeah.
just lift him up. So you can go ahead and take 3 off the map.
Man,
And-
that was 2 crit. I like this Pathfinder system.
As you do, his flaming sphere dissipates, as does his flaming friend.
2 is gone. Thank God.
Lazalia.
I am going to shoot at number 4. Take a shot.
Go, go,
That
go,
is, I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
go. I've lost my mind.
Somebody quick. Oh, yeah, so that would be a 26.
26 is a hit.
A hit. So 1d6. Oh, that is a 6.
Okay.
I'm going to do it again. Ooh, that is a 22.
22 will hit.
I'm gonna roll again. That's a 1. Let's do it again.
Yep.
That is not going to hit.
Okay.
It wasn't a 1, but it was something similar.
So with your 2 shots, you fire them. With your 3 shots, you fire in rapid succession. The first one hits it in one of its eye sockets, and the arrow just sort of like gets implanted there and sort of twists the skull around a little bit. The other one just sort of grazes the side and gently helps it in righting itself towards facing you. Just lad.
Drink the potion.
Yeah,
It's on the
it's
cart.
on the cart.
The potion's still work if they're boiled.
This one is going to. My finger's gonna laser pointer. My way around up to here. So that probably takes me about 2 actions to get up there, I would assume.
Yeah, into you can get up the stairs and adjacent to the skeleton.
And then as my 3rd action, I'm just gonna look at you. Are you not entertained? And that's my way of inspiring everyone this time.
Okay.
Inspire courage.
That's only for people within 60 feet, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I
Who
believe
can
I.
hear and see you?
Hear or see.
Hear
Which
or
I
see.
believe.
I'm
We
pretty
just
sure.
double check the range.
Lydia is going to make the same trip around, get up next to 4, and swing her sword.
Would.
It is going to hit.
Yeah, 60 feet.
Am I within 60?
You would be, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, we.
No, it's all good.
She swings a little bit early as she's running up the steps towards it and takes off a single digit of the skeleton's finger.
Oops.
Bless her
Next,
heart.
next is Aruian.
I'm gonna hop in the cart
Okay.
and like half cast Ray of Frost on my hands to just sort of like start putting out the fire that's there.
Why not just full on Ray of Frost into the...
Cause it's not an area of effect thing, so I'm
Oh.
trying to like channel the magic into my hands to help me not burn my fingers to
It's
ashes.
like, oh no, we have a kitchen fire. Let me get the shotgun.
Yeah. So I'm just like with cold
Okay.
hands doing this.
So instead, you just coat your hands in black powder and be like, this will help.
Tell you what, take 2 actions in Arcana. Just 2 Arcana checks. Whatever your bonus bonuses.
That's 19 and 23.
Yeah. With that, you manage to keep the cold energy sort of flowing in both. You're patting things down. You're killing the fire as best you can.
Dude, guys, are you seeing this? Holy shit!
And you smother the worst of the fires. There's still embers flickering about, but you appear to have saved the majority of the things.
That's all my turn.
That'll bring us to bad guys. It's just the skeleton left there. And it's going to like awkwardly crick around to Lydia, who's right next to him, and just like take an arrow out of its pack and try to stab her with it twice. Negative, and yeah, that'll do. So the first one, Lydia's armor just deflects effortlessly and it breaks the arrow, and then it just takes the broken arrow and jams it in her throat. For 3 points of damage.
Oh my god.
Splinter damage. The worst kind of damage.
Osmond is next.
Osmond is going to run up and engage the boots of dragon slaying as an attempt to kick the skeleton off the wall.
Click your heels together.
Alright. Let's have the.
Is that a shove or is that an attack?
That's a shove.
Shove.
That is a shove.
Acrobatics. I mean,
15?
athletics.
15. Should have just used assurance.
No, with a 15, you plant your boots in your boot. Not both. Plant your boot in its chest and, like, you crack all of the front ribs, but it just sort of, like, absorbs the blow and stays there. That'll bring us to Lazalia.
So is he standing there like Neo? With his foot stuck out?
Pretty close.
I am going to hit. I am going to hit. I am going to hit with 18.
18 will not hit.
Oh my!
You, unfortunately, your arrow just sails
add the one
right
from our
through the
thing?
ribs just above his
Yeah, it
belly.
doesn't
I watch the foot.
Get your foot out of his body! I gotta do one more.
Hits Osmond.
No, but it would be a 10.
No.
Let's do one more because this
So
is gonna
roll
get a
one.
natural 20. It is. I know it is. Well, no, but it is a 19.
A 19 will hit. So your
Live
first
to
one right
fight
through
another
it.
day.
Your second one barely makes it to the wall. The third one you fire off, it seems like it's going true.
1 is the loneliest number.
We need to get you better arrows and a better bow.
With that,
Holy
your
crap.
arrow goes right through the spinal column here. You take out a single vertebra, and it just like becomes an inch shorter as it clicks into place on the next one.
It's like Jenga.
Lydia is next. She's right next to it. She's going to take inspiration from you and just like shield bash it off the wall. She is going to have a success and just sort of knock its block off as it falls down onto the palisade wall and is just split into a million little pieces.
Hey!
Combat is over.
Osmond
It's
is just
break
standing
time.
there awkwardly, like, oh god.
The ribcage stayed.
Oh, my foot.
It's like around your foot.
So, that combat brings us right to break time, so we'll call it there. I'll do a little bit of cleanup. We'll see you all in 15 minutes at 7:20.
Boy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. If you're just joining us, ambush happened.
I am in so much pain.
The party took them out, and they're just sort of catching their collective breaths after being ambushed by conjurers and skeletons and one great big flamey boy.
Witches
And nonsense.
and nonsense.
There's probably more of them, guys. It doesn't. I don't think. There's probably more.
Osmond, how bad are you?
Very.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Like, Osmond, are you really sure? And you look down and, like, your wounds have already started closing up as you heal. The maximum I can give you, 14 hit points.
Hey, that's not so bad.
Not bad at all.
I'm gonna cast False Life on myself, and then I'm gonna cast Mage Armor, and then I'm gonna cast Pet Cash. In that order, you tell me what I succeeded doing.
All of them?
Wonderful.
You're not in combat.
Well, no, I just figured that, you know, combat could start literally any second.
I'm going to walk back over to that cot and grab my healing potion that I left.
Yep.
Assuming that it's boiled.
It is a bit warm to the touch. The cork is scorched, but it's intact.
I'll let her second level spells for the day.
This one actually is going to go down to the cart and kind of do a quick inventory, like, how much did we lose?
You will have lost the light flammables. So all of your hay is gone. Any furs you may have had are damaged beyond use.
Crap.
We'll also say that your armors, the furry bits of those, are damaged, so they're going to sell for less than...
We'll probably have to do that through the loot later at another time.
Yeah, but just that's sort of what's going on. Your books are mostly fine because they would have been closed, and those don't burn so easily. Scrolls, the magic would protect them. Just sort
That's
of
in my bag.
whatever you think would go in the first few seconds of a fire.
Guys, I am an effective firefighter, yo. I feel like I should have a badge or something
Or
to
like a little
denote my
hat.
status. Yes.
No. You need a specific breed of animal that just screams its only profession could be fighting fires.
I mean, I have a lizard.
Parthenax comes out and does like a little frosty cough.
That's the one.
Very well.
Like
And then
the
goes
turtle
back
mating
into his
sound.
pet cache.
And then I put him back in Pet Cash, like, the instant.
I'm going to pull out the dagger, as long as you're done.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start carving one of the robes off of, like, carving just, like, the skull portion of it, like,
Okay.
as a trophy.
I was worried you were going to be carving up the conjurers, but yeah, you can.
Don't tempt me.
The one who you killed, or
Yeah.
no, it wasn't you. It was just Slad. The one up here, his front half was dissolved, but his back half is almost entirely intact. So you can carve a nice black skull out of that pretty effectively.
I was one of those, because I know their robes have, like, the green skulls on them, but they maybe...
Are you wanting a green skull?
Yeah, I wanted the green skull of the...
Oh, okay. I thought you were like, I'm gonna be medieval Punisher.
No!
Yeah, one of them does have the other one has the intact green thing on the chest. That's not what we want. Turn it over.
Just Bruce Rodon.
That won't do it at this point in time.
Osmond is just waving around these corpses.
Awesome, please show some respect for the dead.
They didn't. He's a necromancer.
I'm trying here.
Come on, you're throwing
Speaking of the bodies, is there
around.
anything of
I'm
note
gonna-
on them?
There you
There
go.
you go. Yeah. See? That's the skull.
I'm gonna loot bodies.
Steel dagger.
Ooh, Guardians. Cool.
Scroll of Guardian Circle. And the robes are damaged beyond all use.
This one would like that scroll.
Especially since Osmond's carving it up now.
This one has a potion of extra magica. Damaged beyond all use robes. And a staff of sparks.
Who would like the magic stick?
Oh. This one would love it. This one hasn't really had a chance to anything without using up a large, considerable part of my resources.
Next magical stick we find, so long as it's not something innately evil as mine.
Fair?
The horse, after all of this, is just standing there as disinterested as ever, just existing.
No.
I think we need to move him forward just to check and make sure that the cart is still together enough to actually use.
Mm-hmm. I also think that it would be a good idea for us to clear this out so that they don't just entrench again.
Mm-hmm.
And see if there's anything inside of use. I'm gonna tuck that steel dagger into my boot.
This one agrees. Let's take out.
There's an iron dagger.
There was a steel though.
Okay, then.
You already
grabbed it already.
grabbed it.
Fair enough. So, moving the cart up.
Mm-hmm. We just pull it off to the side here.
Yeah, level ground.
Lydia,
Yes.
do us a favor.
Of
Come
course.
with us this time.
I'd really rather stay and protect the cart. Well, no, your lives are in danger here. It would be best if I come with you. Why don't we just get the cart inside the walls, less visible to the highwaymen?
This one agrees. We pull the cart in,
Very good.
and it looks like the only indoor part is on the right there.
Yeah, it sure seems like
There's
that.
an up bit though to the left.
Alchemy station, potion of strength.
Osmond tucks
No,
it into his bandolier.
I meant like back and up to the left.
To the left, to the left. All our NPCs go to the box to the left.
Just sort of just an uppy.
There's the
wanted-
wall.
That's fair. I just wanted to double check and make sure that nobody would come in behind us.
Mm-hmm.
No, there's nothing up here. There is a hunting bow.
Oh, I forgot a hunting bow.
But we'll take it anyway.
2 bows for a better bow.
Double bow.
Okay. I just kind of go, no one.
We should gingerly open this door. I'm gonna
Do
kind
we
of
want
like.
to go to the bottom door
Do
or
you-
do we want to go to the top door?
And do you want this one to open it from a distance?
Open it from a distance, and I'm just gonna stand like beside it with the point of my sword at the door.
And then this one will go like up the hill and just cast Mage Hand as far away as I can and slowly open the door.
Which door are we opening?
We'll go bottom, work our way out.
I am going to just like prep Ray of Frost.
I'm just gonna have my sword like over my arm like that, just ready to. If anyone
I'm gonna
hostile.
chug a potion healing minor thing.
Very good.
But you're not a miner, it won't heal you.
What'd you get?
5.
Yeah, 5 is better than a kick in the pants.
It sure is. I've already been kicked in the pants.
Then downstairs.
There are things on the wall.
Furs.
Furs.
Fuzz.
We will take all of the furs.
Yeah, we grab a bunch of furs.
Yeah, we'll take care of the looting later.
Yep.
For now, you're sort of just checking for safety.
Oh, there's this.
What's
Is
on
that
the wall?
An
An
axe.
Iron war axe.
is that stairs going up? Not stairs, a ladder.
Door.
Hold on.
What's behind us?
Oh, it's a door.
So there's door there, and it looked like there might have been a door up there.
Alright, say we go to the can't go wrong with right.
I am concerned.
It's an old saying. Can't go wrong with the right. No, we found,
That goes up to the battlements.
and then shall we?
Most likely.
Then let's go. I was wrong with right. I've never been wrong with right. What's in the chest?
Gold, valuables. Very
Oh,
nice.
there you go.
Oh.
I have the brutalized one.
I pull out the magical robes and just go. This is not my aesthetic, but
Yeah.
with a bit of alterations, this one might be able to make it work.
We'll
if
come
you're
back
looking
to
for a goth.
You could also have a
Hold on.
dress robe over top of it.
I'm gonna
That's what
keep
this
my-
is thinking.
My eyes peeled for another bow.
Hold on, I think I see someone up ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna cast I'm not gonna cast Prestidigitation. I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost from a distance before we enter the thing and anything notices us. As soon as I see the dude, I'm just like, Hada!
Just gonna pow him right in the back of the head.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna sneak around this side.
And I'm the one who always gets grief for not waiting to talk to people.
These are
They've already been
bad
attacking us.
people.
Those other people.
Azalea, go ahead and roll your stealth.
I'm sorry.
I'm good. Going to be a 16.
That would be 26.
16 will hit. Roll your damage. 26 is successfully sneaking. Go ahead and make your sneak attack.
So this is going to be 2.
You're sneaking up to shoot him, right?
Yeah.
2. I rolled max damage on
Nice.
2d4. No, go away.
What's your attack roll?
1.
I'm trying really hard to help you. You're not making it easy.
15.
Okay.
15 points of Berber damage.
Well, actually, it would have been 11, but.
Yeah. So with 15 points of Berber damage, you just hit her smack in the back of the head, and she like lurches forward onto her table. She's breathing but unconscious from having taken such a massive hit unexpectedly.
Well, there you go.
Rosalia misses her first shot as she sort of lurches forward, but then just kind of like creeps up and plants one in her neck, and then she's gone.
You know, we could have taken her as a prisoner rather than the vigilance.
Whatever.
Does this
Too
one have
late now.
the necromancer have any fancy robes on?
Necromancer robes?
I'll pocket that one as well. So I have those 2 robes: the robes of conjurer.
I'll take
Okay,
the.
just mark them down because I'm not collecting
Yep.
them now. I'll collect
Yep,
them
yep.
later, and just know that they're yours.
Oh, there's a key. This could be useful.
That could. Is there anything in that chest that could be useful to us right now?
Like a bow.
It is
Same
empty.
thing.
Chest. What a waste. Who has empty chests? I mean, receptacles for goods, you.
And just lad is laughing his ass off as he goes down the steps. I have
thought
never
that
once
was-
heard a man refer to receptacles for goods. You must think your dick is God's gift.
People?
Just appears to be 5 prison cells.
Well, that's great.
And
You know-
nobody in them?
And I thought the elves were bad.
Slabs of meat.
Or is that a pillow?
Perhaps the doors will be opened with this key.
Do you try it?
Yep.
Yes.
It opens.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, dog meat.
Ooh.
Most unsavory.
I love the addition of chamber pot.
I
I
believe
mean-
we men of science call it the bucket.
We have straw now.
Yeah, you replenish your burnt straw reserves.
we-
It is a bit mildewy.
That's okay. I
no.
cast prestidigitation over it multiple times until it's clean. When we get to that point.
Yeah.
What's over there?
The tops of the cages.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
So you can torment your prisoners from above.
Well, it was the skeletal thingy that I.
How gracious.
Yes, the skeleton, however, is not there.
Well then, I guess let's find where the entrance was up top, and then we can successfully say we've cleaned this place out.
I do believe there was a. There's a fireplace.
It
And a
might
cooking
be,
pot. They have
might-
a cooking pot?
It might be nice to stay here for the night, depending on what time it is currently.
You've only
Depend-
left quite recently. It'll be about 11 at the latest.
We still have plenty of time to make the journey.
It
Well,
doesn't
it
look
looked
like there
first,
was
though.
anything up top.
So this
then.
is-
Yeah, let's go check the room up top. Like, let's go out and go through the room up top, because I don't think there's a way of getting up there from here.
The ladder one?
Maybe.
No.
Yeah, let's try it.
Outside.
Yeah, but then it gets us probably to the.
On top of the battlements.
Okay.
But
Oh,
there's
actually, just outside the walls. Little
Oh.
escape route.
Well, that could have been useful 20 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's go around and go through the top door. It might be 2 different entrances.
I should have given you guys a harder time trying to get up over this thing to the wall in the first place.
Oh, so...
So we went through the bottom one first, and now we're going through the upper one.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps it'll be more comfortable up there.
nice fire.
I am again preparing Ray of Frost as we enter the door.
Sword out. Sword ready.
Bow ready to leash.
I think we're
Just
okay.
lad casually walking in no matter what. To the
Up.
left.
You got my message.
Yes.
Oh, and that's how we get to the
lots
very
of
top.
furs. Let's have a look for a bow in there.
No bow.
I'm jonesing for a bow, man.
Well, it's a nice place.
Let's go down then.
It's only one bed to sleep in.
Yeah, but look at all the furs we're getting.
And all of the hay.
And everything
valuable,
that's in all
valuable
those
hay.
barrels and
In all
bags
honesty, and this one will bring out the map. Considering how far we made it already, I would think
We haven't made it that far.
we made it up to here. So Windhelm was down here. We made it all the way around to here. We're about almost halfway, just shy of halfway.
I
To
think
where?
To Winterhold.
To
Oh.
Winterhold. And I,
I
think
think we can
it'd be
make-
best if we went to Winterhold and then we have a warm, cooked meal for us.
There's a scroll on that table there.
Scroll of Conjure Frost Atronach.
Wow.
Snag
Wow.
that.
Oh,
What's in the bag?
Apothecary satchel. It'll have ingredients. We'll come back for the loot. Up the ladder.
I'm on top of the world!
Looking down.
Now you're on
here.
top.
Oh, gracious.
Yeah, it's a good thing that we did the thing.
What are they trying to conjure?
Nothing good.
No, but the scroll there. What is the scroll of?
Scroll of Conjure Familiar.
Oh, okay.
You can conjure those?
Yes.
How do you think you make yours?
The
I bought
terminology.
mine.
The terminology is a bit confusing there. Your familiar is one thing. That familiar is a ghost wolf.
Cool.
So from here, you've got a pretty commanding view of the countryside. It's obvious that they would have seen your approach for quite some
Quite
distance.
some time.
Had
Do
some time
we
to
see
prepare
the
themselves.
vigilantes of Skarsgård?
Stengar.
Vigilance of Stendar.
Sure.
Not from here, you don't. They would have been
Nice.
sort of around the corner there.
The mountains echo, yes?
I mean, vaguely.
Vigilance! We cleared another keep! I'm just gonna shout.
Give me fortitude.
Oh.
You're not going to be harmed. I just figure that's the best measure of your
Lung capacity?
or just constitution roll, if you prefer. No, that won't be as good. So just fortitude.
Fortitude. That's a 23.
All right. As you call out, vigilance, 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 vigilance. You hear it echo at least 4 times, which is like pretty solid, but you have no immediate response.
That's all good.
Can this one take a look to the right just to see up the road how far it might be to... Well, we can see the ocean already.
I don't know, that's the ocean.
The blue between the trees?
That may
It
not
could be sky.
Could be ice.
Could be mountains that are so far off that we just can't make them out yet.
If we have the money, we should get a looking glass.
Honestly, though, this one does not want to stay in a weird prison cell.
Probably
Can we
not for the
please
best.
just take the cart and go?
Yes, we'll get
Oh,
all of
yeah.
our stuff
The
onto
hay,
the
the-
cart, and we will go.
Don't jump in the fire.
All of the loot that you have looted will be added in the fireside chat. Right now, it is in your cart, safely stowed.
Look, there's a whole thing of hay right there. We can take that.
Even better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo! I am going to just like on the wall by the door to the keep.
Mhm.
Can I like prestidigitation spray paint? Vigilance, look here.
If I remember, it only lasted an hour for prestidigitation to leave
So,
mark.
you can do it. Vigilance, look here. It takes you several castings of your prestidigitate. You understand the limitations, but if they get here within the next hour, they will see it.
I'm also going to find a few rocks, decent sized rocks, and put in the middle of the walkway, VI with a honk-a-chonk arrow to the doorway.
Okay. Yeah, it takes you the better part of 15 minutes, gathering the stones and laying them out and doing your spray painting and whatnot. But the message is somewhat clear.
Do you want me to? And I gestured sword next to the person's neck. One of the corpses on the ground. We could send a clear message.
I mean, we can just sort of like put it off to the side so that it's not in people's way.
I was thinking head on spike, but I guess this.
That's a little.
It's more for the vigilance people if they happen to walk by here to be
I
like,
suppose.
we just met somebody.
We'll pile the bodies up. Artistically.
Azalea,
Yes.
do you want to drive the cart this time? You get to have a turn.
Okay.
Azalea, make a handle animal check.
Oh.
Don't worry, he's a bit of a butt to start, but once you show him who's boss, he'll listen.
Animal handling. Animal handling.
There is no
you say.
animal handling.
Oh, sorry, nature then.
Oh.
Too many systems.
24.
With the 24, you crack the whip, both sides landing perfectly smack, and the horse takes off.
At a gentle pace that everybody likes.
You rear back a little bit, and it slows down to a gentle pace that everybody likes.
Yeah.
Osmond is going to do a handle nap check.
Yeah.
Handle nap check.
Here, take a look.
Nap, not map.
No.
Just lay it over his face.
No, exactly. Here you go. And while we're traveling, just lads, actually going to take this time and the 2 new robes I got. I'm going to take the time to try to do some alterations so they don't look as spooky.
Okay.
So essentially, I'm not cutting any of the robe. I'm essentially trying to make a poncho that goes over top of all of it. Kind of like a shawl. It will cover the weird insignias.
Fair enough.
Do I
and
know
layering
what
is
way I'm
very good
supposed
for
to
you.
go?
Mm-hmm.
You're just following the road at the moment. You
Oh,
haven't
okay.
noticed any branches off
Along
of the road yet.
along the way from that one stop, continuing on, I'm again going to just sit with my familiar out of his pet cache and just focus with him, on him, through my magic, etc.
Are,
yeah.
are lizards capable of shivering?
I don't.
I think they just die if they get too cold.
No, they go hibernation.
Yeah, so he's like out and you're trying to talk to him and he's just like slowly shutting down.
And then I put him into my pet
Osmond?
cache and then do it by myself.
Yes.
Is that Winterhold?
That is the College of Winterhold.
Stopping.
Hello.
I'm on my way to Windhelm to join up with the Stormcloaks. Ulfric has the right of it.
Blessings of Talos upon you.
Blessings of Talos upon you. The Empire is in shambles. They banned the worship of Talos.
I'm aware.
Well,
Goodbye.
goodbye.
Good day to you.
I've got a long walk ahead of me.
And as for like making the shawls, I'm gonna use all those new furs we got to try to make like a big fur like overcoat.
We
that kinda
needed
goes over.
those for blankets.
I,
But
this
there was
one
a lot on
realizes
the
we got
wall.
like 12.
Yeah, so you're not doing a whole lot of sewing on the bumpy road, but you're doing sort of like trimming, and all of it's just sort of stuff you can sort of lay over yourself in layers. You know, you cut the neck hole, you've got a poncho.
Yeah, essentially that's what I'm trying to do. But then I want to make sure I make it so it looks fashionable on a nice angle and fits the body shapes. And like, this one probably would have fit better on you.
You've got a rough outfit kind of going on. The layers are keeping you warm a lot better than you were before, but it's going to take a little bit of time actually stitching it together to have it stay and achieve the look that you're going for.
And this one is hoping to grab some needle and thread again when we get to town.
Very good.
We're coming to
And actually-
town.
Here, Ian. I got 2 of these new fancy shining robes. Maybe once we figure out what they do, you want one?
Sorry, what?
I'm making new clothes. Do you need any?
I think I'm okay. We'll see if once we figure out what those things are,
Yeah,
they
once-
might be better, but
I just kind of like have them over my one arm, and like once we sit down, have a cup of coffee, get something warm in us, and I
Yes.
sit down and do the and my eyes glow for a second as I
sorry, I was
zoned.
yeah.
Arian, do you want to go as you, or do you want to go as somebody else? You seem to change
Somebody
when
who
we
may
go.
be more readily accepted. Winterhold is firmly for Ulfric.
Well,
Firmly racist?
I didn't say that.
If they're a college, they shouldn't care about who you look like.
You should know the college and the city don't appreciate each other. I don't remember, but I when I was a boy, it was years ago, And something happened. It was one foul winter, and the college, you can see the damage on the side of it. On the side of the college. Winterhold used to be more impressive when I was younger. I don't remember what happened. Perhaps you could ask the locals more about it, but some cataclysmic event.
As we walk into town, I'm going to not shift my height and just become a Nord-looking or passing person, blonde hair, blue eyes.
Okay.
Gendered?
Male.
Male Nord. Okay.
I will.
Do the
Okay.
clothes look okay still?
Oh, perfectly fine, David.
Because I'm in-
Keep walking the horse in.
Because this one is really curious about the anatomy of how this works, but not here at the not here on the cart. I want to know if this one could learn it too,
As you
because
pull
that would be.
You pull forward past a burnt-out home, and you're greeted by the banners of Winterhold. You see an inn, the Frozen Hearth, just on your right side here.
Oh, that sounds cheery.
The road is a bit narrow. You've got to sort of pull up, and you're trying to find a spot to park. You can go park right in front of this burnt-out house.
Okay.
Doesn't seem as though anyone's going to give you trouble parking there.
Alright, this one hops out. Is that a general goods store across the way in front of us there?
It's the only store in Winterhold as far as I can see.
Is it?
It is. It just doesn't seem to have a sign. Carved into the log here, you see Berna's Oddments.
This one would like to go knock.
I'm gonna stay outside and just pick snowberries off of the bush we parked beside.
In response to your knock, a woman calls out from inside, "It's open!"
Ah, warm hearth. Good morrow!
I'm just upstairs, one moment. And she comes downstairs, and as she's walking down the stairs, she says, "I do what's necessary so we get by. Are you interested in making some sort of trade?"
Yes, perhaps maybe we can discuss trade, but in the meantime, this one is just looking for some needle and thread, and maybe some sewing equipment.
Very well. You put the amulet on.
And it's been on the whole time.
Okay. Let's see. Needle and thread. Needle and thread. Yeah. I've got needles and thread here. They're a bit hard to come by this far north, so
I would figure as much.
it'll be. Well, how much thread are you looking for?
Oh, just enough to do maybe the odd ends of different outfits. At least 2 outfits worth.
Color?
Oh, I don't matter. I'm gonna be hiding the seam.
Well, how does 15 gold sound?
It's fair. What do you have for basic materials then?
I haven't much in the way of fabric. I've got some pelts, some hides, some completed clothing. But
Fisher's clothes?
yeah, simple clothing. No bolts of fabric.
Fair enough. Tell you what, the needle and thread will do for now. To be honest, this one is in desperate need to be warming up, but tomorrow, maybe after a good night's rest, we have a cart full of goods we're willing to trade. Maybe you can expand your inventory.
That sounds good, and perhaps you'll take a liking to some of my wares.
Sounds good. I will pay the 15 gold.
Very good.
Do you have any weapons?
Osmond, Jesus! When did you get behind me?
I'm a 6-foot-tall Nord. How did you not hear me and or smell me?
I specifically tune out those 2 sentences when it comes to you.
Not much in the way of weapons, I'm afraid. Not a whole lot of fighting to do up here.
I suppose not. But you good day, madam.
Good day.
Ooh, actually, one last thing for a good friend of mine. Do you have any alchemical materials?
Yes. Well, no. More food ingredients.
Well,
Sometimes they can be the same thing.
yes, actually, do you have any wheat?
No wheat at the moment. Just fermented wheat, if you catch my drift.
Fair enough. Thank you kindly, though.
All right, then.
I'll come out. I got the needle and thread this one needed, but I asked about any materials for you. Nothing.
That's alright. I've got some snowberries. I've been just picking random bushes if it took long enough. Started on another bush.
Yeah, absolutely. I will come back for those
Okay.
to give you an accurate count. It's about 1 in the afternoon. It's hard to tell with how much it's snowing here, but there is the faint glow of the sun high in the sky.
I say we set up something with the inn, get warmed up, have a nice lunch, and then maybe check out the college as an afternoon excursion.
If we walk past any of the guards, I'm just gonna... Hail. Have you had any trouble in town recently? Shush. The voice changes. It's not Arian trying to change your voice.
I know, and this one also knows, but this one still has to go.
I liked the other phone better.
No trouble. Nothing really happens here. Nothing has since the Great Collapse. We argue with the college and they argue with us, and that's enough trouble to keep us warm at night.
Alright. We just... Oh, there was a settlement just I'd point back to over there. There were conjurers. They don't exist there anymore because we dealt with them. So if you want to, I don't know, expand, let the Stormcloaks know so they have another base,
I'll pass that on to the Jarl. It's always good to know the happenings within his hold.
just walk.
She bids you good day.
This
Good day.
one would like to get inside.
Bidet.
The
Bidets.
cold weather is good for your constitution.
Yeah, with your haphazard outfit, your core is much warmer. It's just your extremities that are still suffering. But in here, you immediately feel the warmth flooding back into them, like reverse pins and needles.
Alright, shall we go? Alright, shall we go talk with the barkeep?
This one loves it. Your voice gets so deep and commanding it. Not much for this one.
He sees all of you just sort of huddled around the door, speaking amongst yourselves, and sort of waves you over. If you have anything, you need only ask.
A warm bed for the night.
Well, that's our specialty.
And food?
That's our other specialty.
And wine.
You found all three of our specialties.
So this one would be wondering, how much would it cost for all four of us to get some warm beds?
Five
Oh, five.
with Lydia.
I am so sorry, Lydia. You are quiet as a mouse.
I think you know what I'm going to say.
I
You
want
are
to sleep in
staying-
the cart.
No. You are not staying in the car. It is a blizzard out there. No one's going to come to it. You are going to stay in a bed with us tonight.
I'm not sure I like the sound of that.
Not in my bed specifically. Unless you're into that. Then this one might need a drink or two first because it's been a while.
No, I'm okay, thanks. I'll take my own bed.
Okay.
But you don't have to pay for it. I have my own money.
Okay. I look at the bartender. How much for 5 beds?
5 beds, 10 each, 50 gold.
This one will pay. You guys will get next time.
Well, we're gonna need food and drink too.
You guys can buy me this one's food and drink then.
Yep.
Another 10 gold each, and we'll take good care of you.
I've got it.
My goodness.
Osmond's not going to argue with this.
Generous friends. I mean, if you're looking to up the tally, of course, you can always buy some finer spirits.
I'm not a classy gentleman.
Well, it's just if you want to keep the ledger book clear, that's all I'm suggesting.
Well, you know, next time.
Next time.
Very good.
Alright.
Will you be staying long? Are you in town for business or pleasure?
Yes.
This was
Our
wise.
business is our pleasure.
We have reason to be here, but we are also sightseeing, oddly enough.
This
Well-
one's excited to go see the college, but probably won't. Not right now. It's a bit late. This one really wants to put in a good show, and I'm wearing those grungy old armor, and like this one really wants to clean up first. Is that okay? We can spend the
We
night. and
start
then-
casting prestidigitation.
Yes, it's not so much of the cleanliness, but the aesthetic of it. It burns this one's nostrils.
Well, there are good views to be had here if the snow ever stops. You can see right over the Sea of Ghosts as far as the horizon stretches.
Ghosts. Are there actual ghosts on the water?
That depends on whether you believe in that sort of thing. It's more myth and legend. But if you're going to the university, you best prepare yourselves. There's a strange lot in there, and well, they're a bit dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we do magic, so...
And this one needs time, because this one needs to figure out. I put the staff down. This one needs to figure this one out.
This is not the type of thing you should be waving around in public.
He will
It's a stick.
He will push it back towards you and say, "I'll thank you not to experiment with that inside my."
Oh, this one's not experimenting. This one is just figuring
Reading
it out.
the auras.
Reading the auras.
Right. It's just that we've had 2 buildings burned down in living memory, and that's, a fifth of the buildings in this town.
Fair. Tell you what, this one will do this outside when he can stand the cold.
Maybe
In
in
your
one of the
bedroom?
burnt down buildings, because
This
you
one will
can't
do
hurt
that.
those.
And then also this one needs to do a bit of sewing, and I just kind of bring out my sewing kits carefully not to show the insignia on the front.
Very good. If your fingers are cold, warm them by the fire. It'll help with your dexterity.
I think this one will do some sewing first, get some warm clothes, and then deal with the staff. And then tomorrow, does anyone have an opposition of going to the college? Or do these people want to go tonight?
Which is a nonsense. We can go, though.
Okay.
I have
I
no
will-
need to go, but
Would you like to go, or would you like to stay with Mr. Grumpy Pants?
I will go. They don't need to be passive aggressive about it.
Says the person who goes,
I didn't say I had to be happy about it. Don't like
Osmond?
college.
From what I can gather, it's a college. They probably have some alchemical teachings there.
I
Perhaps
would
it
like
could be
to
useful.
ask if there is anywhere to upgrade equipment.
I'm afraid that, what sort of equipment are you talking about?
Got a couple of bows I need to get rid of and get a better one.
We haven't much in the way of physical armaments here. It's pretty much just the guards, swords and bows, a few hunters, personal equipment. Most folks here, they go to Solitude for their shopping. We've just got the basic essentials here.
All right.
thank you.
Thank you.
Solitude's a bit far away.
If we're going to Solitude, I'm going to see my daughter
Solitude.
and this stupid
That's
husband.
that's a long way away to go shopping.
You think Winterhold would have been a closer spot, but see right there on the map. Here be racists.
Windhelm is a bit politically charged at the moment.
Here be racists.
We're relatively neutral folk here. We're far away from the concerns of the conflict.
You'd think you would go to Whiterun then if you were going to town. It's much closer.
Whiterun and Morthal, they have some good things, but if anyone's mounting up their horse and going out to do shopping, they'd rather make just the extra journey to Solitude where the real goods are.
That is fair. I've heard Solitude is quite charming.
Solitude is the capital, after all.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
You should know that as a node.
I don't pay attention to shit like that. Forgive me.
I wonder if
This
it would
is
be
my
worth-
first time being out of my tiny ass village. Forgive me.
I wonder if we should head to Solitude. How far out of our way is that?
Across the map.
It's a week or more.
So we're here. We want to go here. It's here.
Huh.
A week or more
Yeah.
by cart.
Well, that would give us time to do whatever we need to do.
We also need to do some practicing.
Yep.
We'll join the vigilance. I'm sure they'll give us plenty of
No, the
practice.
together practicing.
Ah, yes.
Where we scream at each other until we
No,
don't
we
fall
scream
over.
with each other.
Scream into the wind. Anyways.
Well, for now, this one has work to do, and I will go sit by the fire and, like, a little old granny find a chair and, like, prop it up back, like, on its hind legs so it can just kind of wobble a little bit and just start sewing.
I am going to prop up on a chair by the fire as well and do, again, I am trying to learn more about myself and my magic, so I'm going to do some more meditating in the warmth this time.
Osmond's gonna eat and sharpen his sword. He's a simple man.
Very good.
Would you allow me to do a crafting check to see how well I can actually put these things together?
Absolutely.
Do I use the hero point? I'm using the hero point.
Using it on style.
Yeah! Okay, so that is going to be a grand total of 22.
Yeah, with 22, it's rustic but charming.
Yoland, maybe you can cut my hair while we're here.
Yeah, sure. Sorry.
I've given you a Nord name.
Again, I was zoned out trying to figure my stuff out, but yeah, I sure whip out my dagger. Let's do this.
Oh
And
my.
then after, depending on how long this all takes, maybe we can finish the shopping with the nice merchant here. Trade everything's in the cart, so we don't have to worry about protecting the cart. It'll just be a half-charred, broken cart with no horse.
By the time you've finished your sewing, it's going to be mid-evening. Lazalia, have you anything?
Well, I was going to say, I think that Lydia and I'll just sit on the edge there beside each other with our backs towards the fire, and we're just going to sit and chat. And
Of course.
I know that there were some books that were got, so maybe, we can just chat and talk about the books. And
Yep.
Very
If
good.
you have any desire to any of the books that Arian has in her collection that she is apparently gathering, you are more than willing. Like, she would have been open to you borrowing any of her books.
An open book, if you will.
So,
but we're going to munch and chat.
very good. We will say that the evening passes relatively simply without incident. You wake up feeling fresh and rested the next morning. We will take care of the selling in the fireside chat. But the morning is your oyster. I think that's the expression, is it not?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
At least we're staying in a nice warm place.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about taking this, but then I realized I don't want to carry the books before then.
Now we go see the college.
After breakfast. Come on, let's have breakfast first.
Mm-hmm. We had a lovely meal.
How long are we going to be at the college? Because maybe we need to sell off our stuff.
Yeah, this one's hoping to
And
actually
then
have
go
some.
to the college?
The selling we'll do in the fireside
Yeah.
chat.
Yeah, this one's hoping to have some funds
Oh.
to maybe get some new spells. Oh my god, it's a small child.
Hello, child. Hello, child.
Oh,
I'm
Dr.
not
my
Cotton's.
old friend.
What's a milk drinker? I feel like that's an insult.
The person next to us is...
And through the night or the evening, I've been tending my wounds.
Yes.
And I'll tend to
Myself.
Osmond's wounds.
Myself as well.
And anybody else's wounds that need tending.
This one's a little sore, but I will try to use my magic to help myself first.
No, let me just tend your wounds.
You all have the first aid capabilities to get everyone back to full health. We don't need to worry about that too much.
Yeah.
Some struggles here and there, some light branding with the iron, everything is taken care of.
And
No
so,
risky surgery.
Also in the morning, because I know we can't do it right now, after I figure out which robe will work for me best, I will probably look at either the two of you. Do either you need, and I take the armor I had been wearing, the studded leather. Do either of you guys need this? Perhaps it would probably do one of you guys better.
Mine is iron.
Mine is... I don't know what mine is. I've got hide, full set of hide.
Hmm.
This is studded leather with some health capabilities.
Yeah, it adds a little bit oomph more to your health pool.
Okay.
Perhaps maybe we should sell this, but with it being magical nature, perhaps better at the college.
They might have more interest in it.
Mhm. Well, we'll see what the.
Well, what would be better, that or my hide?
Well, your AC would probably go down a little bit because you don't have the full set. However, this one gives you HP equal to your con mod times level. So whatever your
When do you get that?
when you put it on. So what's your Constitution score, Sandra?
3.
So +3.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So
this would
it'd
give
be
you
9.
this would give you 9 more hit points.
Oh.
But your AC might go down a little bit, but we'll have to figure out the numbers later. But anyway, I do this in the morning instead of, us swapping at the college because I want to wear my nice new robes. I don't know what they're going to look like yet, but I'm going to have some nice banking new robes.
Very nice. So, having completed all of that in the shopping that is going to happen in the chat in the past,
What is that building across?
It looks like the Jarl's Hall. You see the banners there?
Yes.
It's the Jarl of the Hold. This is his seat.
Fair enough. We might want to go to him. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. We might want to have gone to him to sell our armor, etc. stuff. Because he probably has money for it and will probably want some spares for his guards, etc.
Mm-hmm. This
Perhaps.
one, tell you what, we can work with the merchant and see if she doesn't have enough funds to buy everything. Then we will go to the Jarl and sell what's left over for his reserves, and blah 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 blah. So between the two of them, I'm sure we can sell everything.
Now let's get this college business over with.
This one is excited.
I'm interested to see if they have any insight into my condition. I'm still myself from the night before.
Oh,
you see an
hello.
Altmer woman standing vigilant at the entrance.
Good morrow.
She says, "Cross the bridge at your own peril. The way is dangerous and the gate will not open. You shall not gain entry."
Why not?
Why are you out here then?
I'm here to assist those seeking the wisdom of the college. And if, in the
Right.
process, my presence helps deter those who might seek to do harm, so be it.
I just cast prestidigitation to make a few sparks.
She glances at your sparks condescendingly. She says, "The more important question, what is it you're doing here?"
We're wanting to seek the wisdom of the college. I just used one of my least effective spells because the other one would blow a hole in the masonry.
Yeah, may we enter the college then at least?
Perhaps, but what is it you expect to find within?
Honestly, this one desires comfort through magic. Magic gives reassurance, gives you a form of travel, gives you
Freedoms.
freedoms, gives you warmth, gives you food, gives you shelter, gives you health, gives you everything. Any answer can be solved with magic. This one does not want destructive force of magic. This one wants relaxation, reassurance.
This one's just gonna walk past her.
She just sort of like looks at you over her shoulder and responds to Gislad. That, as far as mage is concerned, is a relatively noble pursuit. You may attempt to enter the college.
I am going to look behind me. Are there any of the townspeople or town's guards?
They're just, the guards are walking up and down the one street in this town, not paying any close attention. The people are going about their business, mostly staying indoors because it's frickin' cold out.
That's fair. I'm going to put up my hood and bring my arms in front and drop my form in front of her so that the people behind in the town cannot see my change colored in hair, skin, what have you. and be like, I am looking to understand my magic. And I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself, as it is a first level spell, to try and get the flare of the draconic writing on my face, and say, it started suddenly all by itself and comes with some dangerous appendages every now and then. I would like to make sure that I am not a danger to others.
She appears a great deal more interested than she was before. I should quite like to see what comes of your questions. That is most interesting. There is, however, there's a tradition, a test that must be passed before one can be granted entry into the university.
What is the test?
The Mage Light spell is useful to all mages, not just those specializing in alteration. Can you cast one on the seal on the ground? Mage Light, I've got to look up the conversion for it.
I think it would just be light.
It probably
Or dancing lights.
It may be dancing lights.
This one does not have that spell ready. This one has not learned it. I guess this one will have to come back. This one never even thought to getting lights because...
Yeah, Mage Light is the spell.
Yeah, it's light.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Light is the spell. Read it backwards.
Cantrip. And this one does not get cantrips for a while.
I know all of the cantrips I can possibly have right now.
Yeah, same here.
She says, well, if you think you're capable of it, I'd be happy to provide the spell to you for 30 gold.
I will give you the 30 gold.
Here you are. Now I'm anxious to see you cast it.
Can I...
It is a spell tome.
So is it something that I read to learn to cast?
You read it and attempt to learn it, but it doesn't really make sense to you.
I can't do an arcana or anything to try and figure it out?
As a sorcerer, I don't think you're capable of learning spells in this manner.
So I look at it and I read it for a minute or so and go, it's useless to me.
Sadly, not how I learn my spells either. This one...
Osmond sticks out his hand. If I can do anything, I can read the book. And actually, as I have the Magnus dedication. That's the multi-class that I picked, and they learn their spells through. They're like wizards.
Yeah. This one can do it too, but not with cantrips. Only leveled spells.
It, looking at it, it's a bit like every letter appears to be rotated to a different angle. Almost. It's it's like deciphering hieroglyphics, but as you focus on it and you quiet the sound of the breeze around you, you focus and they start almost twisting into alignment, and you're able to read the passages and come to an understanding of the spell.
The Osmond is the one guy.
Yeah.
Gets us into college.
It's
Gets yourself into the college.
Yeah.
Zach Galifianakis math memes.
Yeah, straight up.
It should be under books.
I think she may have taught it directly. I was just curious, trying to find it. Yeah. Okay, so you are now capable of casting the Mage Light spell.
Boo!
That's exactly how it's done too.
Boo!
And you fire a little Mage Light. Whoa. Well done indeed. I think you'll be a superb addition to the college. Welcome, apprentice.
Oh my.
I'll lead you across the bridge. Once you're inside, you'll want to speak with Maribel Irvine, our master wizard. Please follow me.
Do we all get to go, or is it just him? Do we all get to go, or is it just him?
You may come so long as you are accompanied.
How did I get into this?
Meanwhile, Lazalia's already up here, just sort of waiting patiently as she's casting spells and sort of lighting beacons, the rest of you all following behind.
You know, I never intended to do this as a formal education.
Well, Osmond, we are your guest. If you do not wish to go, then we do not have to go.
Isn't this great irony, though?
Mm-hmm.
Might just step.
This one hopes at least.
It's a good thing we didn't bring the horse and cart.
You'd think for wizards they could do a little bit of, magic and fix this?
Not necessarily. That's really high-level stuff to fix that.
She sort of looks over her shoulder and says, "We like to keep it uninviting."
Well, it could be a reminder of things that went down to remind them to not be so
Thank you.
arrogant.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Lazalia, you will have been waiting about here. This gate would have been closed this entire time. But as she lights the third beacon, the doors swing open before you.
Awesome. What took you so long?
Oh, these ones had to pass a trial, and the two ones that use magic could not pass it. Osmond here is...
Very,
It's gonna go to his head.
very frustrating. I bought the damn spell book, and I can read it, but I can't learn from it. It's so useful.
Oh.
Trust me, this one feels the same way.
Well, maybe inside there'll be stuff you can learn from people inside.
Well, in all honesty, this one just wants to peruse some of the spell tomes real quick, and then we can get out of here then.
Mm-hmm.
This one
But if
doesn't
you
feel
can't
like...
learn from the spell tome, then
The spell they wanted me to learn is something that is outside the parameters of which this one can learn right now. There's 4 schools of magic. This one studies one of them, for now. And, well, it's like comparing apples to oranges. They're both fruit, but...
well, I don't get it
What's an
because
orange?
that was a tome, and you want to look at tomes, and you can't.
He also said something about it wasn't strong enough magic to be able to learn from a tome.
I don't understand any
And
of
this one's going to be absolutely blunt. The spell that they were trying to push upon me is to create light. This one doesn't need light to see.
I create prestidigitation sparkles. I'm like, I have light too.
Anyway, let's just go in real
Okay.
quick. This one would just like
Whatever.
to ask the conjuration mages real quick.
I want to see if somebody can conjure me a good bow.
Actually, that is something within the realms of the world. If you ever decide to pursue magic.
We should also
This one will go
probably-
to the main hall then to start, I guess, because it looks the most normal place. Oh,
You come across a bit of an argument between these two.
Osmond has got his hackles up, hand on his sword when he sees a Thalmor.
What's a Thalmor?
You put your hand on your sword and he just sort of raises his hand to you and says, you do well not to be an aggressor within the college. Stay your hand. They finish their little argument and he goes on his way. And Mirabelle goes back to studying her book.
excuse me. Hello?
Welcome to the college.
We were told to come say hi to you. This one is hoping to peruse some knowledge.
Another new student. I'm surprised. Well, first things first, you'll need these. While you're not required to wear them, you may find them more to your liking than your clothes. I'll give you a brief tour and then we'll get you to your first class. Are you ready to begin?
Before we begin, who in the hell is the Thalmor doing in here?
Who in the hell?
Who in the hell is that Thalmor doing, and what is he doing in here?
The Pursuit of knowledge transcends borders and ideologies.
To
If
be
you're
honest,
here, you do well to remember that.
to be honest, this one is not looking for classes at the moment. This one was just more hoping to specifically pick the brain of anyone within the Conjuration School of Magic.
Yes, that can be done.
Just momentarily. This one's not staying in the area for very long. We have places to go. More of a pit stop, if you will.
Very well.
And if anyone has any knowledge on magical arcane abilities pertaining to sorcerers or possible dragon magic, that would also be helpful. Or somebody that knows how to build and conjure a really good bow.
Well, you have varied interests, and that's good. We like that in our students. For those of you interested in conjuration, Finis Gestor is the best one to talk to about that. He's our conjuration expert. He may be able to help you. For you as a sorcerer, no one comes to mind exactly. That may be a little bit of trial and error, trying to find someone best suited to your natural abilities.
I don't have much learning in spells per se, but I can give you like the broad strokes of what I can cast if that narrows it down.
Sure. What seems to be your flavor of magic?
False life, acid arrow, burning hands, mage armor, prestidigitation, ray of frost, ghost sounds.
Sounds like this one's more into battle magic than blunt force.
I'm not hearing any sort of particular theme here. But if you ask around a bit, maybe someone who recognizes a connection between these things.
Or possibly focus magic? If I focus really hard on my hands, they become sharp like dragon claws, and I get scales everywhere. And my face does a whole thing.
That, my dear, is interesting. And a word to the wise, you may wish to keep that part of the equation to yourself. There may be some who would wish to study you
As a subject, not an equal.
yes.
Fuck.
I assume you have alchemist potions and books.
Naturally.
If you would point me in the direction of them.
Certainly.
While you do that, this one's going to look for that Venus character. I just wanted to pick his brain about an idea I've been working on.
At this college, I suspect picking one's brain may be a literal thing.
Fair.
I'm gonna go with just log because I'm gonna ask if it can conjure me up a nice bow.
I think they can, but it wouldn't last very long.
Oh.
What about illusions? Invisibility?
Though that is interesting. This one wants something more solid it can grab.
Enthier is our master alchemist here. He may be able to offer you some assistance. You're looking for something solid?
Yes, conjuration.
Conjuration, yes. Yes.
Something you can... See, illusion, though you can make these grand things, don't truly exist. They only exist in the mind. I have imagination for that. This one wants something that has...
Substance.
Thank you! That is exactly the word this one was looking for. I legit couldn't think of the word for a second.
Very well, yes. Finis Gestor will be your best.
Could you point me in his direction then, at this time of day?
Yes, he'll often be somewhere in the hall to the west there.
Thank you. Is it okay if this one goes real quick? I don't want to spend all day here.
And the alchemists in the same place? Perhaps we
I
Wander?
think Enthir is in the same hall.
wonderful.
I'm a bit frazzled after that
Argument.
encounter.
That's
That
fair.
is
Is
fair.
there something we can help you with?
No, nothing to bother any students with.
If I may ask genuinely, why is the Dalmor here? Is it the political reason, or is it a?
No, it's the collective pursuit of knowledge. But even colleagues can have disagreements.
Of course. I used to
We have them
get
daily.
frustrated with my mom all the time when I was learning to heal.
We get arguments daily.
This is also true.
I don't know what you're talking about.
See that?
Don't be
That
an
right
ass.
there. That
Perfect.
tone. That tone is condescending and rude, and it really belittles me, and it hurts this one.
There.
Use this one statement so we can really work past this.
I think we need to go to therapy for this.
Exactly. This is what this one's trying to get through.
We'll get you a big kitty cat bed, and you can lay on it and tell us about your feelings.
That is.
That is racist.
Actually sounds quite appetizing. This one wants it. Is it racist?
We
if it
can
works?
put all the furs in the back of the.
Okay, this one's got to work before he loses his mind, and I just start like
cart.
power walking to the spot.
All right. At this point, as you all split up to sort of pursue your own magical interests in the college, we will call that the end of our episode.
Sure.
Fireside chat will have we'll have one thread for the shopping. Try and take care of that as soon as possible. And our main thread will continue as you explore the college for yourselves and get a little bit of a feel of what is available.
Wonderful.
So,
I'm just gonna hang around and stuff and just pick flowers and things because I've got nothing to be here for.
you said you wanted to find out about the conjuring of the bow, perhaps.
Maybe a magical bow.
Yeah, except then this one said that
It probably wouldn't last very long.
it wouldn't last very long, so what's the point?
Perhaps you can find magical items. I may sell them.
We can look around.
Yeah, I'll just poke around and pick flowers.
As I said, this
and
one doesn't
stuff.
want to spend like an entire extended time. This one has notes to want to make sure he's going in the right direction.
Okay, well, but we're here for a whole day. Like in the town, I would think we're not going to leave from here and go somewhere else in the middle of the day. So
We might as well have
we've got
one
time.
more nice night here.
Okay, well, this one also has other projects he wants to finish sewing.
That's okay.
All right. Settled
So
then.
do we want to meet back at the inn or?
We can meet back at the inn after I'm done my little perusing. Sound
Yeah,
good?
because you'll do your thing, we'll do our thing, and
I might be staying here if I can find a good place to connect with my magic.
Okay.
You know, magical college, there might be a
Just
good place.
do this one a favor. If you're not back by dinner, we're coming storming the castle for you.
Oh yeah, no. I will find a good place. Maybe ask Maribeth for, was that her name?
Maribel.
Maribel. Maybe ask Maribel if there's a good place to sort of meditate and connect with your magic here. And also ask her if there's somebody who could help me, you know, maintain track of time.
Wonderful ideas. All right.
Maintain track of time.
I kind of just sort of like zone out
Oh,
while I'm trying to focus.
I see what you mean. Sorry, I wasn't understanding.
Oh, good. All good. I'm also going to cast False Life on myself and Pet Cash.
Just in case.
Just
Just in case.
What about mage armor?
I did that to
Oh,
prove
that's
that I
alright.
had a thing.
That's right.
All right. Well, to anyone watching at home, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to call it right there. This episode will be available on YouTube on Saturday if you want to catch anything you may have missed. And in the meantime, we will see you next week, Wednesday, 6 o'clock. And whatever holiday you may celebrate over the next week, whatever may hold a special place in your heart, we hope that the current situation in the world allows you to enjoy it with those who are close to you. Whatever it is you're celebrating or not celebrating, have a great week, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.
Happy holidays.